What's up, guys? Welcome back. We got to run out with our friend Dusty with Fishing Crazy Charters for the opening of AJ. It was a really good time. I ended up being the only guy with the reel. We had forgot our power heads like amateurs at the dock. So I got designated to get the boat catch limit. And I just wanted to knock it out on the first dive because I really wanted to hunt for red grouper out there. I haven't shot a lot this year, and I was looking forward to it. But I got my ass whooped throughout this dive, but let's jump right in it. All right, we're getting ready to roll off here. Let's speed it up a little bit. All right, Sean and I are first up. We dropped in. The water's starting to warm up. It's pretty nice. We're out on one of these sinkholes. It's actually mapped. I can't remember. I think it's Grand Slam. Some cave divers actually went in and mapped it. There was something out not too long ago on one of the, I think it's Karast Underwater Research. They actually have a video of the bottom of this hole, and it goes down like 350 feet. And there's actually I think it's a sawfish that's down there that's dead and starting to break up. But it's a pretty cool video. So if you want to check that out, or maybe we can add it to the video, kind of show the bottom of this thing. But, okay, here's Sean and I. We're dropping in. Like I said, it's like a sinkhole. It's maybe 20 by 20. We're starting to see the Amberjack now. I don't see too many good choices. It is a little murky. A lot of times this spot is murky. We're running, I think, like a 32% nitrox mix. I'm obviously have the reel. Sean's going to try to take a shot, he told me, throughout this. So I wanted to keep a close eye on him because he's got a pretty short leash. His gun's set up for shooting up into wrecks for mangroves. A lot of times when we're running commercial, those are the best paying fish. We get the most, not the most poundage, but poundage per price is way better than most other fish. I think the only one that beats that's the hogfish. And also there's no quota on those fish, which makes it pretty nice. And a quota is you pay per pound, and that gets taken off the total amount. So for instance, if I have a gag grouper, I shoot a gag grouper and it's worth 10 pounds. Well, I had to buy the quota at, let's say, 8 pounds. So I'm only really making $2 a pound, and that's how they're really hurting the gag industry this year. But here we are. We're at the bottom of the hole. You can kind of see the cave goes back up in there. There's actually a YouTube clip on my YouTube channel, or on my TikTok channel, that shows this cave. I went up in there. This dive, I wasn't really getting worried about it. Like I said, we were really targeting AJs. So just searching around. I see a couple of them out in the distance. I think might be a winner. It's really hard to see the difference in the AJs when they're in the school when you don't have something to compare them to. So I always have a pretty tough time trying to pick the biggest one in the group, or the average size in the group. I see one here. It looks pretty nice. First one of the season. So, boom, got lucky there. Stone shot. Those are always nice with an AJ. Thank goodness. First one on the stringer. I'm starting to search around right now, looking around. I'm keeping an eye on Sean. I know at some point Sean's going to take a shot on an AJ, and I want to make sure I'm there to back him up. And just kind of throw it to the bottom with the shininess of the stringer, and the fish there, a lot of times it'll attract more fish in that area. So I'm just kind of letting them chill down there and seeing what else is coming in, getting the gun set up for the next shot. Like I said, we're in roughly like 110 feet. Breathing, I think I'm using a 133 high pressure steel with, we fill them at my house. So we get to overfill them a little bit. So we pump them up, maximize our dive time. All right, I'm on the hunt now. I'm starting to really pay attention to what's around me. Sean was pointing to something down in the hole at this point. I don't know 100% what that even was, so I'm trying to keep an eye on that at the same time. Again, it's really hard to tell the size. Like, are these pretty decent sized AJs? Because there's so many of them around the same size, it's tough. All right, I see one in the distance here. Looks pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and roll with it. Oh, I guess I wasn't. I probably should have shot that one. That one looks pretty big out of the rest. Oh yeah, target acquired. Here we go. I'm ready to slap the sauce on his ass. Pretty good shot, pretty solid, right on the back of the skull. I thought it was, when I saw it hit, I thought I might be getting a stone shot, but this turned out to be a pretty good fight. Pretty good fight. This fish has got a lot of life in it. I'm actually starting to yell for Sean because I'd like a backup shot on this one. This is the biggest one of the day I shot. And as you'll see, it was a fight. The main things to worry about when you're shooting amberjack with, especially with another diver in the water and on a reel, is the chance to get tangled up. A lot of times these fish, when you get them in close, as you'll see, they'll start swimming around you in circles. The best thing to do is just to get out of there, let them wear themselves out, and try it again. So you're going to see how powerful and strong these amberjacks can be. Real light pressure on him. The shaft to me at the time looked like it was kind of off to the left. I didn't want it to rip out, but as I found out, it was a pretty good shot. It stayed in. I have a hold of him. Like I said, he's starting to do the circles. So I'm going to try to get him out in front of me. He'll start spinning around, and that's when I realize I just need to get out of there before he gets me too tangled up. As you can see, it's starting to tangle right now. So I let the fish go. I got the tangle undone real quick, and back at fighting the fish. It's always nice to use power heads on these big fish. I know a lot of clubs and a lot of tournaments you're not allowed to, but during the rec season, why not? It saves the fight. I wish we would have had power heads because I'd have power headed every one of them. This fish has still got a lot of life in it. It's fighting. I'm also making sure Sean's good in the corner. I didn't realize this at the time, but I was looking down and I was looking at that fish on the ground and I was like, man, look at that AJ just laying there. What's he doing? And I ended up landing right next to him and I realized it was my stringer. I had dropped the AJ in the middle of this fight, and that was my AJ. getting bored. It's time to get this fish in, figure this out. So it swam around enough. It's bleeding pretty good. We're gonna go to battle now, see how it works out. Alright, got the old dusty knife out. Gonna figure this out. In hindsight, looking at the video, I probably should have just dropped my gun and fought the fish without the gun in my hands, but here I am. I like to put the bands through my arm and hold the gun that way a lot of times, but again, with the AJs, there's always a chance of getting wrapped up. This is not that big of an AJ, so I'm not too worried about it. I can overpower him. Oh, here we go. Going for the kill shot. Ooh. Ooh, mouth still not open. He's still, I believe, a little alive, but I'm going to go ahead and bleed him too. Just to, this is, like I said, this is a bigger one. Nothing huge by any means, but a bigger one than I shot for the day. There you go. Good bleed. He's done. Ended up landing right next to the fish with my stringer, which was great. And I'm keeping an eye on Sean. It looks like he's got something going on over there. All right, number 2 is on the stringer. We're doing good. I'm pretty sure I'm around 2,600 psi at this point. Comfortable. You know, the idea is to get all 4 for the boat, so we don't have to worry about this the rest of the day. Oh, there's Sean. He's got an AJ on. He's fighting with it. He's got like a 6-foot leash on his gun. Like I said earlier, he's in battle mode right now. All right, at this point I look over and Sean has got the Jesus hands up, and I look up and I see his gun taking off into the distance. So the AJ ended up pulling his gun out. I see that. So I'm trying to get my gun loaded real quick to go over and give Sean a backup shot. Sean is on his way after the gun. You know, it's a bad situation. You don't want to lose a gun. I think he's shooting a Koa battle axe, $900 gun, probably another shaft on it. You're probably looking at $1,000. It's a bad feeling when you can't find your gun down there. So I see Sean in the distance. You see him. I see he's got the rope. I see his gun there, and I also see the AJ. I'm getting lined up right now for a backup shot for him. And you can see the mess. Like I said, these fish go crazy. See the mess he's dealing with. He gives me the all good, he's good. So I'm going to slide in and give him a backup shot here. Pretty solid shot. It was a stone shot. The fish is done. But this is what I tell everybody. You make sure that you brain and bleed that fish. As you're going to see in this video, I'm going to end up pulling my shaft out. and this fish is going to come back to life. You wouldn't want this fish on a stringer on your hip and this fish come back to life, knock the regulator out of your mouth, your goggles, pull you every which way, beat you to death. I mean, they, like I said, these are very powerful fish, as a lot of you guys know. All right, we got him separated. He's got a line on him. I got a line on him. I got my knife out. I'm going to go in for the kill. At least I thought it was the kill. I brained him. It looked like he got brained too. You see his mouth sitting wide open. So I'm pretty comfortable at this point. But like I said, you know, always be careful. Watch what happens when I slide this shaft out of his head. It's a decent sized AJ too. Boom. I don't know how that happened, why that happened, but I obviously hit the on button again, so we're back at it. So this fish is going to get it. I'm in the middle of fighting it. I got Sean right there. We're all tangled up. I ended up breaking my knife off in this fish's head because I couldn't get it. Oh, nice ARS. Just swimming around, seeing what's going on to his buddy John. Getting shanked like he's in prison. There. Good. That was a good one. He's finally done. I see we're ascending, so, you know, dump the air real quick just so we can relax. And that's number 3. This is actually Sean shot this fish, so this actually goes on Sean's stringer. So that's number 3 for the day. We need one more. So we're running a little lower on air, so my thought is I'm going to tag one on the way up. I can shoot it, come to the surface. I got like 200 feet of line on my reel. Come to the surface and fight him from there. If you guys ever can, get out with Fishing Craze. He's out of Hudson. He's got a nice 28-foot cat, comfortable. The guy knows what he's doing. He spears and fishes, and he also does inshore fishing. So he does a little bit of everything. He's pretty knowledgeable. Oh, this ARS right here coming into the picture is a tank. It looks like he's got some damage from something, but this has got to be a 25-pound plus ARS. This thing is a tank. And he swims off into the distance. He's got some damage on his head. I couldn't quite tell if it was a spear or a shark who got a hold of him. Now, what I do here, I don't recommend doing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot the fish, but I'm going to keep ascending at the same time. You have to be pretty comfortable in the water and be confident that you're not going to have any problems, and also be willing to, if their problem does persist, to be able to drop the gun and forget about it. So I'm looking for my final shot, or my final fish. Found him, stuck him, but I stuck him in the side. I knew this was going to be a pretty good fight. So I let him swim a little bit. I let him take a little line until he starts slowing down a little bit and he's a little more comfortable out in the distance, and then I continue my ascent, just letting the fish kind of do his thing down there. At some points he'll try to pull down a little bit, and I'll just swim against him a little bit, really watching my ascent rate. A lot going on here. You do not want to ascend too quick, because I'm under pressure down there. I'm really huffing and puffing at some points fighting fish, so I want to be extra careful on the way up on this one.
Sean, come here, I need your help. I got a nice one on here. Got a real nice one on here. Are those short or what? Hold this line. I got it here. Hold on to this line. I gotta give him another shot. This is a pretty good one, I think. Hold on to the line. Hold on to the line.
I get up to the top of the water. I'm fighting the fish. Sean jumps back in to help me. And what I decide to do is I'm going to go down and try to shoot this fish again. So I get set up with a second man. I slide in to try to shoot it. Miss. My shaft is just gone in the distance because my leash and everything is on the fish still. So we ended up getting the fish in. We got 4. We got our boat limit. There's 4 guys in the boat, so we ended up shooting 4 for everybody. And pretty good dive. Again, it wasn't that fun of a dive. Not for me anyways. The first shot was great. After that was a lot of work. So hope you enjoyed it. Come check us out again.
There went that shaft to the bottom. It's all good. No, we're good.
You're all legal.
Never.
You only gotta be 34, right?
Yeah. You okay? Watching for Amberjack. There you go. Bro, some stud ARS down there. Holy, there was one I saw all the way up and said, what the is that?
Seen them all tore up.
What's it? Yeah, that's a big one.